Hey, welcome to my channel. This is Deborah Houston. Thank you again for joining me. If you haven't subscribed, please hit that subscribe button and subscribe so that you can hear future videos from me. Today I'm going to talk to you about about staying on your purpose and how to shake those haters off. And again, I'm going to come to you with an example about, a couple of people that many of you kind of heard of, because it's always easier to dialogue about, a new concept or a way of life when you have, examples from real life situations from people. Well, many of you know about Cardi B and Nicki Minaj. They've been beefing a lot. They've been going at it. And Cardi B, she's a celebrity in her own right, and so is Nicki Minaj. Nicki Minaj has been in the business for a long time, for a while. So she has many fans. She has a deep network of people who've been in the industry a long time. And Cardi B, she comes from what I consider still, regardless of the type of lifestyle that helped to pivot her into her success. She comes from humble beginnings. She wasn't born rich. She wasn't born with a silver spoon in her mouth. So every aspect of her success, she's achieved that. She has a personality that a lot of people find engaging. They can relate to. She's funny, she's fun, even if you're not, because I'm not the biggest hip hop person, but when I listen to, Cardi B say different things and stuff like that, she's funny. I love funny stuff. And, and I love that type of jovial personality. And that's one of the things that has helped to pivot, Cardi B to her success. But regardless of, what helped to pivot her to her success, it's just as important to learn how to shake haters off. Most of you may not think that, Nicki Minaj is a hater, or other people, or even Cardi B is a hater or whatnot. It kind of depends on how you kind of look at it. Basically, Cardi B just had a beautiful baby. And one of the things that kind of drove her to making such a scene with the, at the Fashion Week was, her feelings and a heightened sense of emotions about what she felt, Nicki Minaj said about her child and her parenting skills and stuff. You can tell that that's a sore spot for her. But the problem, isn't that, that's a sore spot. Cardi B she is a smart, creative, up-and-coming artist. She is successful, definitely in her own right, and so is Nicki Minaj. I value, strong women, no matter whether or not I support, each and everything that utters out of their mouth. But definitely, it's important that we recognize, women and their success and how they have overcome deep struggles to, come into their own. Well, one of the concepts that I want to discuss today is, how to shake those haters off and to continue to focus in the direction in which you are going to go for your life, and how sometimes, issues that, come into your life tend to overshadow or can grab hold of your emotions and make you deviate because you are so vested in how you feel about whatever it is that somebody has brought to your attention, and their criticism positive, positive or negative, most likely negative, that helps drive you to deviate from your goal. So there's not a lot of people who are, when they go to Fashion Week, that are heavily viewed, looked at. Cardi B is a brand, so there are a lot of people that are looking at her for, what is she wearing? What is she saying? What is she endorsing? Because they want to be her, or they want to be associated with a higher status in life. And that's with any, with any person. They want to be associated with the best of the best. And Cardi B, coming from humble beginnings, she used to strip. She used to, be on a show, Love and Hip Hop, and she has pivoted those, those platforms into a major career, a major brand. And for her to allow herself to get caught up in the he say, she say stuff, and also to be moved, whether Nicki Minaj said anything at all, didn't deem for her to have a response back, because one of the things that is important when people say negative things about you is to gracefully put yourself in a position where you allow those things to roll off, especially for the greater good and the greater purpose of your life and the direction in which you're going. Nicki Minaj now, because Cardi B, threw her shoe at her, she may cause such a scene. Most people are going to sympathize with Nicki Minaj because, physical and verbal abuse is not one of those things that society embraces as a strong character trait. Yes, we do have a president that that loves to use his platform as a bullying platform, but not everybody supports that type of nature, and neither does the general public. The election in November is going to be a referendum on his presidency. So he's going to see for himself the repercussions of his action, be it good or bad, So therefore, let's see how that plays itself out. So getting back to Nicki Minaj and Cardi B, there's going to be some people, there's going to be some impact to how other artists engage her in the future, because people don't like to be supported, don't like, overt violence. This, I'm going to jump on you, I'm going to, just being about that life. I know for a fact that, I'm not, it's a difference between protecting yourself from, someone who is trying to harm you, or for you to be the initiator, or someone who is trying to bully them to let them know that, okay, you are, you are powerful, you are worth X, Y, and Z. Now a lot of the people are more inclined to be supportive of Nicki Minaj and sympathetic to her plight, and it helps to boost her career. One of the things that is an outcome of Cardi B's, behavior, is that now her brand is going to be hurt by that, because, you are a loose cannon. You are difficult to, if a person says X, Y, and Z, you can't control your emotions. It's very important that when people come at you, it's not always fun, that when people come at you, when they're negative and they say negative things, they want to defame you, they want to cut you down at your knees to show you that you are not, worthy of whatever admiration or whatever level that you are taking yourself to. there's going to be haters at every level when you are trying to create your own success, to be the best that you possibly can be. You're going to have to learn how to shake those haters off so that you can actually one of those trailblazers that will enable you to be more and to be more than what others possibly thought you could be, and be everything that you dreamed yourself to be, and then some. But the thing it's going to cost you is that you're going to have to start, you have to start overlooking what everybody else thinks. You can't be so, thin skinned. You have to develop a thick skin and understand that other people are going to say negative things about you. They're going to misunderstand you. You're not going to always be understood. You have to make sure that you are disciplined enough where when somebody comes at you negatively, they say something that's completely, benign of your character. Yes, I don't see anything wrong with trying to straighten the record, especially if you're a public figure, but leave it at that. And sometimes not acknowledging people is definitely a show of strength and stuff. Letting people understand where your weaknesses are, they know exactly what buttons to push in order to move you. And you have to learn how to be, I'm sorry, but you have to learn how to be good chess players. Sometimes if somebody hit you and they hurt you, in order to get them to stop, going down that path, you have to act like it doesn't bother you. It doesn't bother you a bit, because the whole purpose of them is to unravel you and to get you off your game. And that is exactly what I think and feel that happened between Nicki Minaj and also, Cardi B. Now, the only one really extremely capitalizing off of that is Nicki Minaj, because she looks like she's Cardi B put her in a position of strength. She, because everyone is going to come to her rescue to defend, because violence, physical violence, even I personally don't condone physical violence. It didn't have to come to that. She didn't have to initiate hard contact in order for, to feel that she's going to defend her reputation as a mother. That relationship, she wasn't in jeopardy of special social services coming to take her child from her. She wasn't in jeopardy of her not being able to come home and hold her beautiful child and enjoy her child. That relationship, is something that's special between her and herself. It's a relationship that, if others say negative things about, I know that may hurt, but it hurts more when you value their opinion. You have to remove the value for those types of people, their opinions of you. And so you have to learn how to shake those haters off. That's a part of moving down and trying to achieve your goals. Not allowing yourself to be flinched, by those people. I know for a fact that, there are people in my life that, and they're not just, acquaintances, they're family members and stuff. People who I have thought were really close to me as I was growing up and in part of my adult life, that have definitely been negative spin doctors when it comes to various aspects of my life. And initially I had, it may have bothered me only because I valued their opinion. But when I decided that if this is the route you're going to take, and you're going to purposely hold this opinion and try to drive it in and drive a wedge in my life between my emotional health or whatnot, and I know it's not going to be true, I just don't defend it. There's no reason to defend sometimes the undefensible, the indefensible. You know, I was in a relationship in the past with someone who would always make, you know, crazy accusations and stuff. It was a narcissist. This my, that I was in a relationship with, and he would just say different things to try to hurt me and try to make me feel bad. And what I started doing was I realized that this is not who I am. You know, and I had him in a place of importance where I valued his opinion and stuff. But what I realized was that, you know, he fed off of that, and that he did a lot of those things to try to make me feel bad about myself, to malign me as a person, to make me feel that I'm worthy. Excuse me, you guys. To make me feel unworthy. To, whatever goal I was trying to achieve, and whatever love that I had for myself. It's a way of undermining your whole person. So you have to look at it from a perspective of, you only have this one life. And when you are in the process of living your best life, and you have goals and dreams and things you're trying to achieve, there's going to be people that, may say some things that may not be true or not true. Sometimes they don't even hardly know you. It's not like Nicki Minaj and Cardi B have been the besties or so. They're in the same industry. They have their own people that follow them in their own right. I said, but, Cardi B is going to have to get control of her temper. Otherwise, that's going to impact the direction in which she is trying to take her life, her career, how she shows up in the world. And right now, being guided the most by your emotions is not, it's not like the most solid and sound thing for her or anyone else to do, for that fact, because a lot of times, sometimes the way we feel about things are not always equal to what reality is, because sometimes you don't have enough information on the circumstances to put yourself in the right, complete emotional state associated with that. So being tempered and being measured in how you respond to people, yourself, is a very important attribute for you to have. So take a page out of my book, because I'm a kind of person, like I said, I try to be very measured. I try to not, if somebody hurts me, I don't immediately tell them that, oh, okay, you've hurt me, you've done this, you've done that, because I'm not going to try to give people a sense of direction as to which buttons or which not, because honestly, a lot of people are not worthy of the innermost thoughts and in the inner workings of who you are. It's nothing wrong with being tempered and measured about how you show up in the world and how you allow your feelings to be displayed. I'm not saying that, every time somebody does something and rubs you the wrong way, that it's not good to tell them. I said, but you have to take it on a case-by-case basis to determine if, you can roll through the punches and let it go and make a decision where you will no longer have dealings with that person to allow them an opportunity to hurt you in such a manner. You have to cut people out. You have to be very choosy about the type of people that you surround yourself with. And that's something that you have to be hyper vigilant about, not sometime, but all the time. But, thank you so much for tuning into my channel today to listen to me have a dialogue about, how you can shake those haters off. and the importance of staying true to the direction in which you are traveling and not allowing people to deter you from that path and to get you in your feelings about every little thing that somebody says. That's what Cardi B did. She was in her feelings when it came to Nicki Minaj. She made Nicki Minaj more important than what direction she was going in her life. You can't make people bigger than your dreams, period. Not every situation warrants you to get it straight. But anyway, hit that like button, y'all below. I'm new. I don't have that many subscribers right now. I want to build this channel. I want to bring you good content. And I want to share my own personal experiences with you and my own personal wisdom so that you can make great choices and live your best life today. Anyway, thank you for joining me. Love all the support. Anyway, I will talk to you again soon. Bye.